Hello traders, good morning. I am Stephen Davis, Senior Market Strategist, RJO Futures, Friday morning here to talk to you about the grain markets. Okay, we're a little bit higher here to end the week, and I think last week perhaps the season lows are in here. We will see the stocks to use ratio on all of these grains points to higher prices. So we'll see about that. First chart today is corn. You can see that we're putting in front of you here. Look at all the resistance up around 370 and 380. I believe that's where the market's headed. And then the gap on September corn is up around $4. Remember, corn is very good at going and filling these gaps. Okay, the cheapest feed grain in the world is U.S. corn out of the Gulf. So do not be short the cheapest feed grain when it's U.S. grain, U.S. corn. So be careful about that. Exports on corn are record large this year. The demand story continues very, very strong. We're talking we need more acres next year, and how the corn market does that is to trade to higher prices. Now next week is seasonally the hottest week of the year, so weather is very, very important in here, and it's important that it rains. We've got some dry areas in the corn belt, so Sunday night, that's going to be the key. Okay, the soybean market. You can see the next chart we got here is soybean, and the damage is done. And keep in mind, China last week comes out and says, we do not need U.S. soybeans. Well, we're at a 10-year low on U.S. soybeans, so China wants them to stay down here. Demand for U.S. soybeans is stout, even without China purchases. Exports are good. Soybean crush is record large, so the demand continues here unabated. Very interesting. Brazil soybeans are high, and if they stay high, China's going to be able to buy U.S. soybeans and pay the tariffs and maybe buy them cheaper than Brazil's soybeans. So that's a good story. Soybean meal exports, very stout. Remember, Argentina, the biggest soybean meal exporter in the world today. They had the worst drought in 50 years, so they're running out of soybean meal. Kudos to the U.S. Production and supply of soybean meal. So the wheat market here, as we've mentioned now the last couple of weeks, and stocks to use in wheat is very positive here. We're seeing a little bit of leadership in wheat, and wheat is rallying off of woes with Russia, the Black Sea area, and the European Union. Big, big wheat producers. This may open up an avenue of U.S. wheat exports to these parts of the world. So that's interesting. We'll kind of keep talking about that. Okay, wrapping this up, Sunday night, I think weather's the key. Where it rains, how much it rains. They're talking about a ridge, perhaps, in the Corn Belt here. So that's going to be paramount. And we get the emotion of this trade and tariffs behind us. It kind of seems like higher prices are in store here, and that's my opinion. Everybody have an excellent weekend.